Soon as New Zealand goes after its fourth consecutive ISF men's world title as they battle Australia. Eddie Colhassy's lineup will look like this. Thomas McKeah to lead it off. Brad Rona has truly been this team's MVP, the third baseman. And they will face 22-year-old Adam Folkert in the first playoff game between these two teams. Folkert limited the New Zealand batting attack to just one hit in 6 innings. And can Australia do it again? And a look at our home plate umpire, Keith Kearney from the United States, and the rest of the gentlemen that will work with him. Terry, it's been a long road for this New Zealand team back after losing that first playoff game 7-0 to Australia, but they've put together wins over Japan in an extra inning, the United States, and Canada 8-5 on their road back to a 7th straight title game. And here's the 22-year-old hard-throwing right-hander who was sensational in the previous meeting in this event, as his first pitch is in tight to Thomas McKeah. McKeah struggling a little bit in the playoffs, just 2 for 14, and was 0 for 4 in the semifinal game against Canada.
Adam Folkert was the story of the tournament with his impressive performance against New Zealand in the playoff game. Can he do it again? It's tough to repeat that kind of performance back-to-back.
Australia has really been building for this moment. They've won 4 consecutive ISF World Junior Championships, including one in 2005 when this gentleman led Australia to that title. Now he's trying to get it done at the highest level as McKeah swings and fouls it back, and the count runs to 2-1 on the game's first hitter and 3-time world champion Thomas McKeah.
Folkert's got all the pitches. What's impressive about him is the velocity that he brings with the rise, the drop, and the change. Look for him to have great location. That's what won him the game the last time they played.
And throws in that 85-mile-an-hour, 135-kilometer-an-hour area. As again, McKeah with a good rip at it, but fouls it back to even the count.
It'll be interesting to see how Australia handles the mental pressure that's associated with this game. They've had a long time to think about things today, waiting around for the winner of the Canada-New Zealand game.
A stunning result for many in the first meeting of these two, when Australia won 7-0 in a game that lasted only 6 innings. And to hold this New Zealand lineup to just 1 hit.
What was impressive about that win and what was important for Australia was they put a little chink in the armor. The swagger from New Zealand was gone. They know they can beat this team, and that's going to be a key for them today.
A full count to McKeah, and he draws the walk, and not the beginning that Australia and Folkert were looking for. And you know that the 22-year-old has to have all kinds of nerves and butterflies entering this affair. As he walks the leadoff man, McKeah, to start this gold medal final.
It's going to be important for Folkert to have a good first inning. He's got to hold them down, because if he does that, that demonstrates once again that he can handle this potent lineup.
And here's one of the stars of the victory over Canada, shortstop Nathan Nukunuku. He went 2 for 4 in the game and keyed a 6-run 5th inning as he attempts a slap bunt and fouls it back by hitting a solo home run with 1 out. New Zealand went on in the bottom half of the 5th inning to score 6 runs against Canada on their way to the 8-5 victory.
I like what New Zealand did there. They had McKeah running on the pitch. They want to get that first run. I think if they get ahead, they think they can beat this team.
Nukunuku again attempts the slap and again fouls it back for strike 2.
McKeah wasn't going on that one.
New Zealand did not help itself in the game against Australia in the playoffs either when they committed an uncharacteristic 6 errors. Don't look for that again from a team trying to win this title for a 4th consecutive time. McKee on the run. The throw from Harrow, not in time as Shales went over the second baseman of Australia to cover, and McKee slides in safe.
Perfect situation for New Zealand to start this game. Runner in scoring position, 3 at-bats.
Harrow in his 5th ISF World Championship, the veteran catcher with a throw. Short hop Shales, the second baseman, and McKee was going to be safe. Both these teams, Terry, are very aggressive in their approach, especially the young Australians.
They've played extremely well. They've tried everything. They like to hit and run. Their head coach, Bob Harrow, will do anything to win.
Hooligan, the third baseman, in time to get Nuku, but he moves McKee over to third base with just 1 out.
It's important for New Zealand to score a run in the top of the 1st inning to take away that air of invincibility that Folkert demonstrated the last time the two teams met.
Folkert set to face one of the great hitters in the game. 3-time world champion, 36-year-old Jared Martin in the contest against Canada. A home run that tied the game at 4 and drove in a total of 3 runs. A matter of fact, Martin, with that .364 batting average, leads this world championship in runs batted in with 15. And looking to cash in maybe number 16 and McKee, but fooled on the high rise from Folkert.
2 different pitches, first time up.
Terry, the thing I really noticed in watching Folkert very closely in the last 2 weeks, not only does he throw with a ton of velocity, he's not scared to change it up, meaning he'll come at you with one at 82 and then come back at 85 to 87 with the next one.
To win a world championship, you've got to have a pitching group that is able to come at you with the rise, the drop, and especially the change.
Martin looks to go the other way and fouls that back.
Good pitch, had him reaching.
The count goes to 1-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 1st of the gold medal final of the ISF 12th World Men's Championship.
What's also impressive about Folkert is his composure. For a 22-year-old, amazing.
Martin with a swing and a miss. And a big strikeout for Folkert, who in that playoff meeting struck out 6 Black Sox hitters.
Way out of the strike zone, exactly where you want to put it, and for a 2-strike pitch and getting a K.
That brings to the plate 33-year-old Brad Rona, the New Zealand third baseman, an imposing figure in every way, shape, or form. Take a look at the batting average. .520. He has been truly a monster in this event. And tried to check his swing and fouled it away for strike number 1. In the contest against Canada, and also walked twice. Has walked 12 times in this championship.
He's been a quiet leader for them throughout this tournament.
Trying to win a 3rd World title. And he fouls that low drop in on his hands. Away for strike number 2 as Folkert and Australia trying to get out of an early jam here in the top of the 1st inning.
Probably waste a pitch here and hope he chases out of the strike zone.
And the 0-2 from Folkert on its way and just missed. And there's a pitch in the first meeting of these two teams that the umpire was giving Folkert. But not here to Rona. New Zealand with 3 home runs in that big 6-run 5th inning in the victory over Canada. New Zealand appearing in its 7th consecutive title game in the Men's World Championship. for Australia, it's a first. Australia finished third, won a bronze medal in Christchurch, New Zealand in 2004. They've never been to this point in this championship as Rona grounds out to the first baseman, Michael Tanner, and Folkert in Australia out of an early jam in the top of the first. New Zealand shut down, but not without making a little noise. Australia coming to bat next. Here's a look at Australia trying to win its first world men's title and their batting lineup. Keyed in the middle by Zenon Winters, the center fielder, and second baseman Nick Shales. Shales has had a terrific tournament, his first ISF Men's World Championship, and Shales was not even a member of any of those 4 World Junior gold medal winning teams. And Tanner to lead it off against 34-year-old Heine Shannon, who is the brother of the catcher Patrick Shannon. And in 2004 in Christchurch, New Zealand, as you look at the leadoff man for Australia, and Donnie Hale, the first baseman, Heine Shannon, the left-hander, actually threw, Terry, for Samoa in the last World Championship.
He's probably got a better hitting lineup behind him today.
Has thrown 17 1/3 in the tournament, given up 12 runs, has 2 wins. In the playoff game against Australia in the 7-0 loss, he worked only an inning and 2/3, gave up 4 runs on 2 hits.
He's going to have to throw the game of his life today to keep this close.
And the 25-year-old Tanner checked his swing and asking the home plate umpire whether it was a called strike or a swinging strike. Tanner, a 2001 World Junior champion, was the vice captain of that team in his second ISF Men's World crown.
The interesting thing about Shannon is that he's got all the pitches, he's got a drop, shows the change occasionally. We've got an illegal pitch which is called there.
And with the illegal pitch, an automatic ball to the batter, Tanner.
Called him for a little bit of a crow hop, didn't keep the pivot foot on the pitching rubber in contact on the release.
Tanner batting .353, has scored 9 runs with 4 runs batted in. His pitching coach, Jimmy Wana, talking to both the umpire and his pitcher, Heine Shannon.
Again, Shannon's repertoire of pitches. The drop will show the change occasionally. Probably the rise is his best pitch. Interesting thing about him is that he has a lot of flat pitches in his game, which means every hitter will probably see one good pitch to hit. He also rattles easily and loses his composure, which he needs to keep today.
And Shannon upstairs as the count to Tanner goes to 2-1 in the playoff meeting. Tanner was 1 for 2 against New Zealand, 2 for 5 in 2 playoff games, of which Australia did not give up a run against both New Zealand and Canada. They knocked off New Zealand, as we've talked about, in their first playoff game, 7-0 in 6 innings, and then behind a 14 strikeout masterpiece of Andrew Kirkpatrick against Canada, they knocked off the Canadians 2-0 en route to this championship affair. New Zealand threatened in the top of the first, but Folkert and company able to shut the door. And the 2-2 about to be on its way to left-handed batting Michael Tanner. And the changeup fools Tanner.
Excellent pitch. He's got that pitch going. He can be an effective pitcher. The question is, for how long? Perfect spot outside corner to a left-handed hitter. Australia's got the most dimensional offensive team in this tournament. They can beat you another way in a number of ways. They'll put the ball in play and use their speed and utilize it throughout the game.